Hey, Thabreakmasta here, and it's gonna be my Accel World episode 11 review. Pretty good episode. I would say the visuals are stunning in this episode. Excellent fight scene, and it's just everything was sparkly and nice, and in Taku's face, and just this is a bunch of epicness that was happening in this episode right here. And so I'm not gonna give you a play-by-play on exactly all the fighting and everything like that, but yeah, it's a good episode. So as we were left off, they're all surrounded, the Red King, Black Lotus, Silver Crow, Taku, they're all surrounded by the Yellow King's troops and everything. And apparently the Yellow King did set everything up, and he wanted to take out the Red King. He wanted Kirihime to get out of the way. But Kirihime's like, I ain't gonna listen to you, so you gonna get that, you gonna get taken down. And so he's like, oh, that's unfortunately. And then he ends up bringing up this image showing what happened back then, like how she killed the Red King basically from before. Just cut his head off like nice and clean. I'm like, god dang. She's like, oh, give me a hug, cause she can't do handshakes. So he's like, give me a hug. And then I was like, oh, cold blooded. I was like, oh, that's just messed up. So yeah, so they ended up starting this whole fight and everything like that. Not necessarily a fight, well, everyone started attacking them. And so then Taku was like the one trying to charge in. He's like, I'm gonna be the decoy, and I want you guys to get out of here. Get to the sun station and everything, so you can get out of here, because apparently you can't just log off out of this area. You have to go into a station to get out of here, then you can log off. So yeah, that's the bad thing about this whole place. And you also feel more damage than when you normally do. It's twice as much damage, so it actually hurts. And it's like, what the heck, this place is just annoying. I don't even want to be here. Why would you want to be here? God. So they're all fighting and everything like that, and then Taku ends up having to covering them, because there's so many barrage attacks and they couldn't get away, and so Taku's trying to cover them all. And he's basically sacrificing himself so they can get out of here. Like, after all these attacks, it should be able to be enough time where you guys get the heck out or move or something. And so as he was holding him down, some freaking robot dude's like stabs Taku in the stomach and holding him up like, you think you're gonna remember this name? Remember Sax? The guy that killed you. And it's like, I don't got time for this. And he ends up freaking taking his head off and then he ends up destroying him completely, and he ends up blowing up himself. And I was always wondering, whatever happens when you lose your avatar, like you actually just die in the avatar, so it shows that, it basically shows like your name, and it shows like, side pal, whatever, the whole thing, his name. It's just interesting to see that. So I guess they just get responded somewhere else, what happens. And so there was a poster run away after Taku's sacrifice, but it's like Reki's like, you can't really run away. I mean, I'm sorry about his sacrifice and all, but we gotta fight these guys. I'm like, this is stupid. So you're not even gonna get away from this then. So his sacrifice was meaningless. I was like, wow, really? And so then she ends up going to her impenetrable fortress, and she's all going crazy. She's like, yeah, let's do this, and starts freaking just blowing up everything and blowing up all these enemies and everything like that. But apparently her one weak spot and her one weakness of that freaking suit, which is the dumbest weakness, is that if you get close enough and get on it, it's over. You can break the suit down. It's like, really? That's their weakness. And that's too vulnerable. She has to be able to fight it within her regular form. Otherwise, she's kind of weak. I'm like, what? And then so all these people were getting on it and trying and ripping it apart and everything like that. Taku couldn't, not Taku, but what's his name? Silver Crow couldn't do anything really. He got caught with a bunch of other enemies. She tried to shoot some missiles, Red King, but then there's like this jammer that's messing up her missile launching, and so it wasn't going the correct angle, and so then it just wasn't doing anything right. So you have to find the jammer, and like I said, Silver Crow couldn't find it, and then he ends up getting caught by the stupid guy that's electrocuting him. And then also throughout this whole episode, we end up seeing after that whole image that Kirihime saw, she ends up passing out off of that, because if you don't have the wheels of fight, you can't control your avatar, which is like a big, what the heck, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. And so she's like, she just had to lay there the whole time. They couldn't do anything. So Silver Crow's like, what do you think you're doing, Haruki's like, oh, what do you think you're doing? You're gonna let this whole passing movie just be the thing to stop you from going to level 10? Weren't you supposed to be level 10? You're gonna not let anything stop in your way? Like, what's going on with you? You got feelings for this guy? And blah, blah, blah. Just going on and on. It was like really, really cliche how, you had to get a pep talk just to get the main person to really, start fighting and everything. And as cliche as it was still kind of epic, because the way Kirihime got up, Black Lotus, it was just like epic, and that's when the scene really starts shining. It was oh my god, it was so amazing looking. And so she gets all back up. It's like, you look like we're lovers or something. She's saying to Silver Crow, and he's like, yeah, but I thought. And he's like, you got the wrong idea, And so then she ends up helping, and she just starts beezing on everybody. She's so strong. I'm like, wow. She makes the Red King look like it's nothing. Yeah, like she's nothing. I'm like, she just goes in there and does that bam, slash, and you can't touch her because she's basically just a sharp object, basically. So and it's 2 times the pain, so it's gonna really hurt. And she's just taking everybody out. And so then Yellow King, he was like, you know, I'm not gonna just sit here. Why are you even in this? And so they end up actually fighting each other. And this is where the sequence of this flashiness and just beautiful animation comes into play right here. And it's just wow. You know, so you gotta see this. It's really, really good, really, really nicely animated. And they're about to do their special attacks. And this is where things just turn for the worse and how the episode ends. Apparently, the armor of catastrophe comes out and attacks Yellow King, and he ends up just getting destroyed. I'm pretty sure he's gonna get destroyed because he just got stabbed in the stomach, and he's like, "What the heck just happened?" And Yellow King's like a jester, so he has like illusionary ability. So if he was able to get his illusionary ability out, then Kirihime would have lost. But Kirihime could slash him and be over. But you don't see that now because this dude got to interrupt the whole nice fight sequence and crap. He's like, "Sucker!" I'm like, "Oh, come on." And so that's how the episode ends. I'm really looking forward to the next episode. How strong is the Armor Catastrophe? Because it took 2 kings just to take out the Armor Catastrophe before. So I'm just curious how this is all going to go out and play. And I'm just looking forward to it. So what are your guys' thoughts on this episode? I really, really enjoyed this episode because, like I said, the fight scenes were just epic. And it was just really, really nice. Taku's death, I'm sorry, man. That was just stupid. So, yeah. This has been the Thabreakmasta. Until then, break out.